Hello everyone. This is Suzanne Knabe-Nicole from Police Science Doctor. This is number 185. So the police science snippets are little golden nuggets of information that I've extracted from police research that I think can be put to use by you straight away. I'm speaking a little bit in hushed tones. I'm actually in Barcelona at the moment. I'm sitting in a hotel lobby. So there's probably going to be a lot of background noise and different languages spoken that you hear. And I don't know if you can hear me, but I hope you do. So I'm feeling a little bit subconscious because obviously people are here. But when it is noisy, that means nobody can be wondering what the hell I'm doing here. So I've actually been walking around here like this, believe it or not, because it's very sunny and very hot. And I forgot my sunglasses or my hat. So I had to buy them for €9, which is not too bad. So police science did this for this week. The first one is a study that was done about sexual education of high school students. In the US, a lot of students just receive abstinence-based or abstinence plus education, which uses unstandardized protocols and often lacks information about sexual consent. However, high school students who received comprehensive sexual education, including learning about consent, were more likely to understand sexual consent and were less likely to endorse past sexual victimization. So if they've had any experiences, they now had a different perspective on it because they actually learned something about consent. In contrast, students without comprehensive sexual education reported lower satisfaction with their sexual education and greater acceptance of rape myths. Rape myths are very well spread or very widely spread in society and the criminal justice system, and we need to get rid of them. So just the abstinence as in new is not working in terms of sex education. We need to have something that talks a lot more about consent. The second snippet for today is about neighborhood disadvantage. Adolescents residing in disadvantaged neighborhoods are more likely to be exposed to associates who report a greater willingness to rationalize violence, which in turn predicts an adolescent's own rationalizations. Further, one's willingness to rationalize violence is predictive of violent conduct and mediates the effects of associates' attitudes on self-reported violence. So, my view is that how you grow up and the social economic status you come from, that is actually conducive to offending, not your color per se. Unfortunately, we have more people of color in those groups because they often don't have deep roots in that country yet and have and live in more difficult situations. That can then often be confused that, oh, people have this color, so they're more likely to X, Y, and Z. But actually, it's not because of their color, it's because of how they live and where they grow up. It's a bit like women earning less. Women don't earn less because they're women. Women earn less because we are less likely to take risks because that's how we have been socialized. And we are also more drawn to roles that don't get rewarded very much, such as caring for the elderly, caring for young children, caring for babies. And society doesn't reward those kind of roles with money, basically, or with good salaries, even though they're very important. So it's not being of color or being a woman per se that means you're less likely to earn a certain amount or commit a certain amount of crime. It's other factors that contribute. And the third snippet for this week is about prior knowledge of first trial. So this is about double jeopardy. If somebody can be tried again for an offense that they've already been tried at and they were found not guilty, they can be tried again in some countries under some circumstances. And this study looked at the jury outcomes of this new trial. When a suspect is tried for the same offense a second time, jurors could have knowledge of the previous acquittal verdict through media sources, potentially biasing the new jury in their decision-making. It turns out that significantly more acquittal verdicts were given when the participants were told that it was a retrial, compared to the control condition where they weren't told it was a retrial. So this was irrespective of whether the prior verdict was not guilty or not proven. Not guilty and not proven is a distinction they have in Scotland. So this study was actually conducted in Scotland. You can probably hear the buzzing of the vending machine next to me. But this was already the last snippet. I'm going to try and keep it short because I don't know what kind of noise pollution I'm exposing you guys to. Hope you found it interesting. We had the Society of Evidence-Based Policing conference last Friday. I was doing quite a lot of streaming from there and interviewing some of the speakers. It was fantastic. It was really, really good. I managed to have one of my students there as well from Middlesex University. He's just about to graduate next week, actually. And I was sitting there listening to what the speakers were saying and thinking of Harry in the back in the audience and thinking, right, this is bringing to life what I've been talking about in class. And I really want to try and get more of my students to come to these conferences, because it's really important they get the real life application of it and hear about some of the things I've been talking about, not just from me, but from people who are actually doing it every day. So that was really great. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I'm going to sign off now, and I'll speak to you again next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.